Tonight, the Houston Astros even the series score at 1 apiece with a 7-3 W. And really, they were in the driver's seat early on. Another rough start for Luis Severino.
The saga of Severino continues. His search for effectiveness and consistency continues. And so far this season, Meredith, that search has been futile. He gave up a 3-run homer to Diaz in the first inning, put the Yankees in an immediate hole. And with their offense, that always looks like a troubling position. When he left in the 5th inning, they were trailing 5-1. And what I saw from Severino tonight was a pitcher who just didn't trust his fastball. It's the pitch that he throws more than any other. Tonight, he was shying away from it. He threw it less than any of his other pitches. So that shows you he doesn't have confidence in it. He doesn't have belief in it. The Yankees hit 3 solo home runs, not enough offense. But the biggest question, Meredith, is what do the Yankees do with Luis Severino? You're at the point where you have to determine if he gets another start with an ERA of almost 8. My answer would be no.
I was going to say, can you leave him in that rotation? What are your options after Luis Severino?
I think you look at Johnny Brito, who is on the roster right now. They have Vasquez down at the AAA level. I think that the Yankees have been very faithful to Severino. I think they've given him a lot of opportunities to work out of this situation that he is in right now. But when you're in a pennant race, and that's what the Yankees are in, they're in a wild card race trying to hunt down the Blue Jays, you can't fall behind this quickly every time you're out. Now, Severino had a couple of innings there where he steadied himself, but when your team is trailing 3-0 before you've even hit, that's deflating. It wasn't as bad as his last start when they were down 7-0 in the first inning, but I think the potential is definitely there to move him to the bullpen, see if he can right himself, and give someone like Brito a shot.
A season ERA approaching 8, Jack, that just does not look like what we're used to from Luis Severino.
Right, you look at Severino's history with the Yankees and some of the seasons that he has had and how much faith they've had in him and how much they have believed in him, but he has not been that pitcher this season. He has free agency pending. Is that hovering over him? He had an injury that slowed him down. But more than anything, Meredith, it's about the fastball. Fastball command has been an issue. He made some mechanical changes. He did away with the windup and is only pitching from the stretch. But I definitely saw a pitcher tonight who was throwing more cutters, more sliders, more changeups. And I think that, in part, was because Diaz took that fastball out, and then he lost any of the confidence, Severino, that he might have even had in that pitch.
Jack, do you think it makes it that much more frustrating? They know what Luis Severino is capable of. Luis Severino knows what he's capable of, and we've seen it in glimpses throughout starts. As you mentioned, some of those middle innings, okay, but just not able to find that consistency.
Right, and that's what I said at the top of the show, that search for consistency and effectiveness, it hasn't worked out for Severino. It's been a futile search, and if the Yankees were 5 games up in the division right now, Meredith, you could let him figure everything out, perhaps allowing him to stay in the rotation, but I think they've gotten to a point now where this is a pitcher who called himself the worst pitcher in baseball in his last start, and though he was slightly better in this start, he still ended up leaving the game in the 5th inning trailing 5-1.